Okay, we should be live right now. So I'm going to go on over to the Facebooks. I don't see us yet.
I heard something.
There we are.
I heard a ding.
I see us right now on the Facebooks.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray! We're live whamma-jammas.
Whamma-dabba jinglang.
iOS release candidate is out.
iOS what?
I'm looking at the quick takes, and the first one it says iOS release candidate is out, but that's old because that's been done.
iOS.
Wow, you guys are kind of loud.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I think
Can
it's
you
you.
turn your mics down a little bit?
My
No,
level's fine. My level's fine.
my level's good too. I don't know how to turn it down. How do I turn it down? I don't have levels.
Your level's low, actually.
Oh, I'm looking.
My mic hasn't changed.
I literally have no way to lower my
1, 2,
level.
3, 4.
You're high. I hear you going higher.
1, 2. Whoops. Check. 1, 2, 3.
My midichlorian levels are up.
Okay. So the chlorians are good?
My midichlorians are good. They're up. They're up a bit.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, I think we're ready to do this. Whose chair is that? What the hell?
Must be yours.
Could be. My chair.
Hello.
Tonight. Hello, Warren. Damn it.
yeah, you were like paused there. We're like, what are you doing?
Well, I know. I put the graphic up and then I wait and then I come in.
Oh, you waited too long, I think.
I did.
Yes, you did.
So impatient, Warren.
Do the countdown. Just do the countdown again.
No, I'm not going to do the countdown again. Just shh.
All right.
Shh.
Tonight on the Mac to the Future livecast, go. Update for macOS 11 to support the AirPod Max, but mostly to work out some kinks in the new OS. Apple Fitness Plus is now out, and I feel like I'm in better shape just knowing that. And lastly, the Apple TV. Where am I? I don't even know where I am. Here I am. The Apple TV app is coming to yet another platform. I wonder which one it'll be. All of that tonight, along with the usual madness right here on the Mac to the Future livecast. Go. And good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Mac to the Future livecast. I am a host. I am one of a hosts. I know that's not correct English, but I just don't care right now. And I am so glad to be here. And I am joined tonight. And as you all saw, I have my lower third is working. Unbelievable. And I am joined tonight also with I can't speak, Mr. David Ginsburg. How are you, sir?
Doing good. What's going on? Glad to be here as always. And
Oh man,
you've been a little out of mess here tonight.
I'm like a complete and total train wreck right now, and I don't even know why. Why is that? I don't know. Let's ask one other person. Why do you think I'm a total train wreck tonight, Warren?
I don't know, but your level's still low because Dave is so loud, and I'm probably loud too. So,
well,
you got that. So we'll just Dave and I will just talk quieter at this point.
I just lowered my level, so
I don't know. I don't know how to lower.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know how to lower my levels.
Something with your mix.
Oh, not my mix.
And I'm hearing. I'm hearing.
When have I ever had audio issues?
When you play around.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm lowering my level. I do a podcast. Level. How's that? Yeah. Better.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Except I can't hear myself right now. So, but it doesn't matter.
Who said that?
Someone said that, not me.
Yeah.
All right. We have got stuff to talk about tonight. All kinds of stuff. All right. iOS 14 is now installed on 81% of iPhones from the last 4 years. And let me do the math here. 16 carry the 4 over 9 divided by 12. The latest version of Android is still on less than 10% of all available phones for the last 4 years.
Yes. It's pretty phenomenal. Pretty phenomenal to see that the latest version of iOS is always adopted to be out there and quick. I mean, I think within the first few weeks it first came out, it was like it got close to 50% as it was. So
yeah. I mean, it's every single time. And that's one of the advantages of having control over both the hardware and the software.
Yep.
You know, Google has no control, and the phone makers also don't have control. So that's why Android, in a lot of ways, with that freedom comes a hot mess. Not unlike the beginning of this show tonight.
Yeah.
Hot mess. Adobe releases an actual Big Sur M1 ready app with probably, where would you put Lightroom on a scale of like all the other Adobe apps? Where does that fit in? Is it like way up or is it way down? How does that work?
Way down, because it's. I mean, I don't use it.
It's like almost the least important app that they have. So this is Adobe setting the bar so low. It's like, hey, we got Lightroom working. How about that? But not Photoshop, not Premiere.
Nope.
It takes. What I'm finding out is, some things are quick and some things aren't. And a good example is Edge for the Edge browser for M1. They've been saying that they're working on it. It's since before.
I haven't tried it yet.
It's not out yet. That's the thing.
Well, that's probably why.
So
where Firefox is.
Firefox and Chrome and Safari are all M1s at this point. So the only browser I use is not, which is pissing me off because I have to use something else because it's much faster. So I looked at a couple of threads and things like that, and they're like, why is it taking so long? It's like, I guess there's some things just have more stuff to do. So it would make sense that, Lightroom comes before everything else because it obviously takes work on the more complicated products, I would guess.
And interesting, the Microsoft today released Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote. They're all universal, and then Outlook is not.
Yeah, really.
Well, they're rolling out
the one app that's not available native.
Well, they're rolling them out separately because Outlook's going to do a whole different thing with iCloud too. It's going to kind of integrate it a little bit more. So I think they're doing a little bit more with that too. I had thought that all that stuff was already M1.
Not it was in beta. It was in beta when M1 came out.
That's why I'm on the beta program, so I have the Office beta. So There you
And
go.
even the apps that aren't native are still a lot of times almost as quick as they were under Intel. That's
They're almost, but you get spoiled. If I open up, Chrome or Firefox or Safari, you're not going to use Edge because it's noticeably slower. And not that it's slow, it's just the other ones are just super fast.
so much faster.
Yeah. If you don't have to use a non-M1 program, you're not going to do it. So
If you can avoid it.
if you could
avoid
avoid
it at all costs.
Sure.
I love this one. This one makes me laugh. Facebook escalates feud with Apple over iOS privacy changes.
They're going back and forth.
In a nutshell, what this means is Facebook is really pissed because Apple doesn't let them dig into your data or maybe they do, but now people know based on whatever program it is that they're using just how much Facebook is digging into your stuff. So you put that in there, Dave. So why don't you tell us all about it?
Well, I mean, Facebook decided to run a full page ads in the Wall Street Journal, USA Today, New York Times, just to bitch and complain about the fact that Apple is going against all things against privacy, against small business. Well, what Facebook cares about small business? They are not even a small business, and it's just an ongoing public fight between the two companies. And Facebook is going to continue to do all this nonsense. And it's a feature called tracking transparency that would require people to opt in for their apps. So Apple did decide earlier this year that they're going to delay this feature's rollout until 2021. Well, now with this latest version of the iOS 14.3, all this got released. And if you opened up the App Store once you updated your device, it gave you the information about privacy. So Facebook took it upon himself to decide, hey, you guys released this in this latest version of the iOS, and let's bitch about it.
Yeah, because they have a leg to stand on when it comes to
and
privacy.
they think that the companies are going to make less profit because of Apple doing this.
Well, they very well may.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then
but these ads are you have to work other ways of advertising.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see the downside here for the average person that's using the internet. Sorry, Facebook, you don't get to see that I needed something from Amazon and that you're going to blast it on the sidebar. Actually, it sounds like I could use some Kleenex. So Facebook, get right on that. Let me know. Give me some links for Kleenex. That's what I need right now.
Yep. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, screw Facebook.
Well,
I say that as we sit there and go Facebook Live. Yeah.
Apple responded, by the way, a half hour ago.
Oh, they did. What did they say?
Oh, they did. I didn't see it.
Apple's full statement: we believe that this is a simple matter of standing up for our users. Users should know when their data is being collected, and shared across other apps and websites, and they should have the choice to allow that or not. App tracking transparency in iOS 14 does not require Facebook to change its approach to tracking users and creating targeted advertising. It simply requires they give users a choice.
Yeah, well,
that's it.
We all know users with choice is bad.
Well, most users won't care. I mean, Facebook's overreacting. 90% of the people will just say yes to whatever because whatever. So it's nice, but it's not going to be as big of a deal as either of these people are thinking it's going to be.
Well, the thing is, what Facebook will probably do, because I guess you have to go through system preferences to opt in or opt out, or is there some other method? What's the method?
The method is when you first install it, it tells you what it's going to do, and it will prompt you at that point. When this feature goes live, it will parse your apps that you already have on your phone, and there'll be some kind of prompts on those too. And then you got the app labels, which is like the nutrition labels in the App Store now that tells you what it's doing. So that's kind of what it's going to do.
And that's what Facebook is upset about, that people will have the possibility of knowing. Not that they'll care, but they'll have the possibility of knowing.
They'll have the possibility of knowing what it does. And I think there's a way to turn off some of the features that they do.
Right.
Oh. And this is the thing. What if Facebook comes back and says, well, if you turn these things off, you can't use Facebook anymore? What would be the reaction?
Well, let me throw this to you. What if NBC, what if somebody found a way, and they have, to play broadcast TV without commercials? They found the technology that will totally get rid of commercials, and when you watch TV, they're gone. Would NBC say you can't watch NBC anymore because that's how we get paid with these advertisements? That's basically what Facebook is saying at this point.
Well, it would depend on the method. I mean, people have been able to get rid of commercials going all the way back to when the VCR was first released. You record a show and then you just fast forward through the commercials.
You're doing a workaround, and I'm sure there's workarounds now to prevent. You could alter your life to make that happen, and I'm sure you could alter your life to make the Facebook thing, privacy thing, happen too. But for most people, they're not going to do that, and for most people, they're not going to record a show. Some people do. Some people. I know people who will actually, with their DVR, everybody has a DVR now, will purposely start broadcast shows 10 minutes late so they could go through the commercials and not watch the commercials. But so, I mean, they're making a choice on that. But essentially, if you take the primary business away from a company whose primary business is advertising, then they're going to be upset. And that's what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah. Frank says you can do the same with podcasts. You can. And, I mean, with the My Mac podcast, we run a little ad somewhere around, the middle of the show for somebody else's podcast. And we have chapter marks. Yeah. And we have chapter marks built in. So if you want to skip that ad, go ahead.
And we know people, there's plenty out there. Well, there's plenty others that have many, ads and, high profile ads. How many times have I heard the word Linode in the past year from every podcast that I listen to at this point? So, I mean, you get these
Squarespace. Sorry.
What the node and the everybody's doing the mental health one, the thing about the online mental. So they all do the same thing. They all get the same 5 or 6 sponsors, but
Backbee Media.
Except for the My Mac podcast and the Mac to the Future live podcast. We don't have any sponsors because we stick to our guns, and no one asked us to run ads.
You're being silly, but it is something. It's nice to. I like doing this show, and I like doing the In Touch with iOS because it's because we want to do it, and it's just nice to talk tech. Some people want to do it. I think MacOS Ken was talking to somebody on his after show today about the podcast. Somebody's been doing another iOS podcast since the phone launch, I guess it was. And some people are trying to make a business out of it, and basically the advice is don't. So.
Well, not unless you have previous. I mean, in order to make a go at doing podcasts and have that be like your only thing, you typically have to have some kind of corporate sponsorship. You have to have something or someone or some company that is going to back you and, give you the kind of money that you need to do a 1 to 4 hour podcast, every day or whatever the schedule is set up. Joe Rogan. So, honestly, I would love to be able to do a podcast every day. And I probably could do it as far as time and material and everything else goes. But who's going to pay me
It's a lot of work.
enough money to do a podcast every day and to have the support staff that you need to do something? I mean, these shows don't live in bubbles. I mean, Joe Rogan's show, he's got producers and he's got researchers and he's got people. He's got
Spotify paying backing him.
Yeah. But like these
Howard Stern, same thing. You know, I mean,
for the Mac podcast, like the people that, you know, are kind of in a higher, I would say, league than a lot of people, like the MacOS 10 and the 9 to 5 and the Chromecast, and they're kind of on they probably are on a different level than a lot of people, but I can't imagine them making money off that much money off these few advertisements.
Well, I mean, I don't know what kind of money Dave Hamilton makes off of.
Well, he shows out about five. He shows about 5 or 6 commercials a show. I mean, and that's fine. Yeah, that's what he wants to do. But you know, how much
it pays the bills.
It might pay some of the bills.
Yeah, but he's got other podcasters who are paying for him too.
Right, but you know, Dave Hamilton does other things too. So that's not his only job. He, you know, he's an IT consultant and he does you know, he speaks up, but people pay him to appear at places. So my only point is, I would think it's very hard to actually sustain a living doing podcasting for most, probably 99% of the people out there.
You know, I think it also depends on how much you're willing to sell yourself out.
Look at Leo Laporte.
You read a lot. I know yeah, okay. we're sort of getting off topic, but okay, we'll go down this rat hole. The big thing now, and what a lot of the kids are striving for, is to become social media influencers.
Yeah, the whole thing.
And honestly, I'll use a bad word here. It's all bullshit. You know, I was at work and I had Amazon kind of playing in the background, and they actually have like Amazon live broadcasts with people saying, well, here's this latest and greatest thing that it was like, damn it. It's like I'm watching, you know, the Home Shopping Network or something like that. I don't see the difference in what these, I can't believe that the products that these people are shilling, that they really know squat about them. You know, there was some woman with this guy, and I can't remember what the product was, but it was this toolkit that you could like etch glass, and it had a soldering iron and a heat gun, and you know, you could do like all these arts and crafts stuff. And they kept coming back to her and this guy as they're sitting in front of this pool, I'm guessing like down in Florida or something, and they're doing all these things with these different little tools. And the woman kept saying the same thing over and over again. Well, I've never done crafts before, but this sure makes it easy, you know. And then she'd go away and it'd be some other people on there showing stuff. And then she'd come back and it'd be like, well, I've never, you know, used a soldering iron before, but this makes it easy, you know. And it was just like over and over again, the same kind of spiel. And after a while, as you watch this, you sit there and say, you know, I'm sorry, I'm not getting like a real vibe that you either A, don't know what you're doing with this product, or B, that you really care. You know, you're here to say, well, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and sliced bread better look out because this is on the way.
But that's no different than commercials from the, you know, starting from the 50s. I mean, what's different with that? That basically people lying, saying what they're, you know, you hear the stories about people like, you know, spitting out the food they just ate because they hate it afterwards. I mean,
yeah,
that's a commercial.
The difference is these are ads. Okay, when you're talking about what's been going on in the 50s, these are commercials. People know going into it that this is advertising. That this kind of advertising is set up to get you to buy the latest laundry detergent or the latest dishwasher or the car or whatever the hell it is that
they do it on TV too. I'll turn on the TV sometimes, and even like at 7:30 at night, all of a sudden there'll be this show about like there'll be 2 women saying, "I can't believe how easy it was to do this thing," and it's like a half-hour infomercial, and it's like you don't even know that it's like a commercial until like
product placement.
It's well, no, it's an actual infomercial, like in the middle of prime time. It's anyways, influencers are different. They, you know, basically they get people start to recognize them, and then companies want to get products in their hands, and the bigger influencer you are, the better stuff you get.
All right, but at the same time, I mean, you're prostituting yourself for this kind of stuff. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to call it. You know, there was a restaurant / hotel in the UK, and a very popular social media influencer contacted this place and was like, well, my boyfriend and I want to spend a weekend in Brighton or wherever the hell this hotel was. And if you give us a free room, we will spend a certain amount of our time there, you know, pushing your hotel and your restaurant and how great it is and all the rest of that. And it's like, do you even care if the rooms have bugs in them? Or if the food is crap, you're just going to sit there and say, this is great. You should come down and check this place out. Well, the guy posted all of the things that she had sent to him, and she was incensed because she was basically busted trying to get free stuff for her little vacation away from, away from home, and get it for free where everybody else has to pay for it.
But they're all doing that. I mean, like, and we're all thinking, Justine at this point, she's obviously
that wasn't who I was talking about.
No, I know that's not who you're talking about, but that's what I'm going to compare things to, because
she gets products all the time.
She started out probably as a true Mac fan, and she's attractive and she could speak well. So, she tried, she went on YouTube, and people were like, hey, that girl is pretty and she's a nerd. Hey, I'm a nerd. Maybe she'll like me. So they start.
If I just buy her stuff, she'll like me too.
So people started to like her and things like that. And she likes Apple stuff. And Apple said, you know what? This is a good thing. So she gets, Air Max Pros before everybody else does. She gets, free Mac Pros sent to her. And,
okay. Well,
that's how that works.
MyMac.com doesn't work that way. We've never worked that way.
No.
I am about to receive from Presonus, and I'll go ahead and say it here. I think it's called the Revelator. It's this USB microphone that has like these built-in effects, and you can layer different audio streams on it. You can do like live casting like this, where the microphone would also receive like your guys' audio, mix them together and push them back out through the USB port that's built into the microphone. And I thought this was a cool thing. I thought this was like a really, really cool thing. So I contacted Presonus, and I said, well, I'm Guy Searle of mymac.com, and I'm interested in doing a review on this. And I said, the only thing I ask is when you send it to me, if you want it back, give me an RMA or give me a local store that I can return the product to. I'm not trying to get free stuff. And they came back and said, because of COVID rules and all the rest of that, and they're going to send it to me, but because of COVID rules, they can't take it back now. So I'm going to end up with this thing for free. And I basically told them at the time, okay, well, that's wonderful, but it's not going to influence my review. If you send me something and it's garbage, then I'm going to, in my review, say, don't buy this thing because it's garbage. I don't care if I got it for free.
Well,
I don't care if I never deal with that company again.
Right. And I wrote my Mac articles too. And there was a period that stopped, but I used to get I have a lot of free stuff that I got. Yeah. And now, some people let me keep it. Some people didn't. And, I was always honest in my review. And a lot of the stuff we got was from Anchor. I got a lot of keyboards and mice, and it's hard to mess up a keyboard and a mouse, right? How it would have to be like terrible, or
like super loud and clicky, or
whatever
it is that you don't want in a keyboard.
Right. It's just some of these products are hard to mess up, but some aren't. So you do what you gotta do. Anyways, we did get off topic. We were talking.
We haven't even gotten to the main stories yet, and we've had almost a half hour into the show. I apologize, everyone, for going off on this tangent, but
it was a good discussion.
There are some things that really push my buttons. And the fact that social media influencers are basically going out and saying, give us free stuff so that we'll just talk up your company. Just it bothers me. It bothers me a lot.
That's their business. I mean, this is what they do. So, getting paid for people to watch them and not spending money on things to do, that's their life. That's their thing. So
okay. Well, I just don't think it's a good way to put yourself out there. Be honest with yourself and be honest with the people that you're talking to. And if a product is a piece of crap, don't say it's wonderful just because you got it for free and that you want to build a relationship with whatever this company is so that you can get more free stuff later on. That's just wrong. And it's fraud, or it should be fraud. Anyway,
let's move on.
We're going to move on. All right. Back to Fun Time Happy Guy. Hey, all right. Mac OS 11.1 is out. And does it fix the broken? Well, not all of it, but it does add support for the new AirPods Max.
Woo-hoo.
And yeah, so if you use them with your Mac, and hey, why not? That noise cancellation and spatial audio is there for you to enjoy, which is a good thing because they also added a new Apple TV Plus tab in the TV app for the Mac, as well as some advanced search features. So now if you go
and Apple TV.
Yeah, and the Apple. Well, if you're on Apple TV, you can get it there anyway.
Well, it didn't have a tab before. It does now.
Oh, in Apple TV, there's an Apple TV Plus tab.
Yes.
Well, I know that. Well, there was an app box to click,
but not a tab. There's a specific tab for the Plus content.
Maybe my Apple TVs haven't updated yet. I'll have to check that after we get done.
14.3.
14.3. Is that the beta or is that the real thing?
Real thing.
Real thing. All right, very good. And it also has better support for iOS apps to switch between different orientations, whether it's landscape or
large.
What's the other one? Landscape or
portrait.
God, brain no worky today. Still no built-in support for arrow or directional keys unless the developer has done it themselves. Hint to developers: put in support for directional keys for the Mac OS for your iOS apps. There's some bug fixes too. Bluetooth is still sketchy on some M1 devices if they aren't Apple devices. Now I just recently bought, I have a Magic trackpad. I do have a Magic trackpad. And of course I have an Apple keyboard, but I want a regular mouse. So I got this one and it changes colors, which I thought was kind of cool because the Apple mouse, their right click support is sketchy at best.
And charging plug is in the dumbest place ever.
Yeah, this is rechargeable. This one has it like right here in front.
Right.
So I can connect
not
this.
The Magic Mouse.
Yeah, the only thing that's kind of not great about it is that it's micro USB, mini USB, whichever one that is. I can't bring it up to show you, but so I can recharge this mouse, which is what I was looking for because I was tired of spending a lot of money on batteries. But it's still, it moves around and then all of a sudden it'll just like, and it'll skip and not quite make it. So I don't know what the deal is with the M1 Max and Bluetooth support other than for Apple devices where it works great. But it needs to get fixed, and it wasn't fixed in this update. Have you guys? I'm guessing both of you have gone to 11.1,
Yep.
and we're probably on the betas.
Not me. I'm in Betaville. I was with everybody else for a week, and it was a horrible week being with the rest of you non-beta people. And luckily today I have been updated to 11.2 beta on my Mac.
Really? Has it got better Bluetooth support?
I don't know. I have a MacBook Air, so I don't have anything connected to it.
Well, it should say something in the release notes for it.
It does
Whether
not.
It does
so
not.
far,
Just
it just says
fixes.
bug fixes. Yeah, nobody knows what it does yet. It looks the same
Of course
to me.
it does. Yeah.
It looks the same, but actually, I'm playing around with the iOS apps in it, and I think you could actually resize the windows a little bit better than probably you
Can
could
make
in the last version.
full screen.
You could do full screen, but you could also, like I just found one where you could actually drag the drag the corners and actually make the screen go with it, like it actually follows along. So
Okay.
I think they're working on that, which is a good thing.
Well, directional keys, because I mean, most of these games use touch. So if you're using touch for your, to move your character to and fro, then you need to have some kind of Mac equivalent to that. And what I see a lot of them do is there's like a little virtual keyboard or a little virtual trackpad or joystick, whatever you want to call it. And then you move your mouse over that, and then you use the mouse to move that around. But it's really sketchy. It doesn't work that well. And if
Right.
you suddenly, because I've been trying to play Among Us.
Oh, I downloaded it. I had no idea what to do, and I got scared and I got rid of it. That's complicated. There's more
It
things
is.
that I have no idea what I'm doing. So
Well, you got to go all over the place. You got to do these tasks and hope that whoever the imposter is doesn't kill you.
no, I know the concept. I just don't know how to operate
Yeah.
it.
Well, the couple times I've played it so far, I'll accidentally call meetings, and the other players, if they have experience, or if they're playing it on Android or they're playing it on, some other Steam or what have you, they get really pissed because they'll come in and it'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit the button to call the meeting." And the next thing I know, I see my avatar like flying through space because they booted me out, and it's like, "Oh man, damn it! Don't boot me out. I'm not the imposter."
I need my son to show me what's going on because I have no clue what to do.
It's fun. It's fun. I have a good time with that game. All right. Next story. Apple Fitness is now available. Have either one of you gone to look at this yet?
I looked at it. I opened it. I watched 2 seconds of a video, got scared, and deleted it and threw my phone away.
Well, they do have. If you see this here, they do have the
burn it.
I burned my phone.
They do it for beginners there. If you see that at the bottom
Yeah.
there, so you can get started with it. There are 7 episodes just for beginners, so you don't have to be scared.
I'm scared.
I'll have to try it. Get up early one morning and go in, turn it on the Apple TV, and
I
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
too.
the video format's really clear. It's clean. I mean, I haven't done it. I mean, that much. It works with they did say it can work without the Apple Watch if you don't happen to have Apple Watch, so you could use it doing it on the Apple on the
nice.
iPhone.
but
And
it's
then
better.
you'd have a better experience with the Apple Watch. And then also the iPad at first, when it first came out on Monday, they didn't have the app ready to go. So it's like, where's a fitness app? Because there wasn't really a fitness app on the iPad. So you can
Right.
watch if you want to watch it on the iPad. So then you were able to go search for fitness and then download the app, and then it worked as well. So
They said I heard it didn't. Kelly's show with the British girl said she tried it.
That narrows it down.
Charlotte Henry.
Charlotte Henry.
Okay.
Yeah, I like her. Actually. She said no. She had a whole thing where
You mean Kelly Gumont, right?
Kelly Gomont,
Yeah.
Charlotte
Okay.
Henry.
Charlotte's she
The Max Daily Observations podcast.
she tried the iPad version of the fitness app, and she said it wouldn't connect to her watch, so it didn't actually work. So it may not be there yet. I'm still trying to
There
figure
were
out.
some
Do you need your phone with you to do this? If you have the Apple TV, do you actually need your phone near you?
No.
So
You should be able to. If you don't need your watch, then you shouldn't need your phone either. You should just be able to go to the Apple TV, to the fitness app on the Apple TV, and make that work. So Frank Petrie says that there's no accessibility workouts, and that kind of surprises me. I think, but I'm sure Apple is probably working on
They
that.
have to be working on it. I can't imagine that it's.
yeah, they'll definitely
Well,
be doing
there's-
something like that.
what other company out there is doing more in accessibility?
Oh yeah, they'll definitely be
in
like
tech
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
than what Apple is. So yeah,
Right.
that surprises me that they didn't already have something like that worked out.
They will.
Yeah.
All right, last story of the evening, unless either one of you guys come up with something.
No, I got some
another-
stuff with this.
Okay, well, speaking of the Apple TV, this is, I believe, another nail in the coffin for the Apple TV as hardware. there's another streaming device that will soon offer the Apple TV app. And can you guess? Well, you probably can if you have the show notes open. What it is? It's Google's Chromecast. Will soon, and so now they're on the Chromecast. I believe they're on the. Are they on the Fire yet?
Yeah,
Fire
I think
TV.
so.
Yes.
Okay, so they're on the Fire TV. They're on the what's the other big one? Roku. They're on all the Roku boxes.
Yeah.
They're showing up on more and more smart TVs. You know, at what point does Apple just say, why should we bother with the Apple TV as hardware anymore?
Is this the Chromecast or is this the Google TV device that they just came out with?
It's
According
going
to
to be a
what-
Chromecast. Yeah.
Yeah, according to what I read, it was Chromecast.
Okay.
So
I mean, a good example. I just did it. Xfinity, Comcast Xfinity has their X1 platform for people who are for Xfinity subscribers. It's becoming a true platform. You can download apps and you can install, like of course Peacock, which is part of their service. Well, I just did CBS All Access. You can download the CBS. You can access a CBS All Access app. It's not downloading. You actually they give you options of whatever apps you could pick to get access to, like YouTube and others. So you have another platform there, right off the bat for millions of subscribers who have the X1 platform for Comcast. So there's another thing that I would not be at all surprised that they may be in some negotiations with them to have the Apple TV app built into as well. So my reason bringing this up is just like along with Chromecast and all the other platforms we just talked about with Apple TV and the TVs, the smart TVs themselves. It really seems like it's leading towards Apple TV device as itself may be diminished because they disappointed us by not coming up with a new Apple TV when the AirPods Pro Max came out. So so I kind of agree with you that it's interesting to see. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really like the Apple TV. I like the platform and the format. So and so that's the thing. Frank just says he doesn't have to buy another TV. Well, you're not buying another TV. You're buying a device that plugs into your TV. So
or you're buying a TV that has apps.
Or has apps built in.
Sooner or later, Frank, you're gonna need another TV. Especially the days of TVs lasting 10, 15 years. That's done.
Yeah, it's over.
TVs these days are typically being replaced every probably 3 to 6 years.
So back
because
to
the capabilities
but back to the Apple TV, right? I mean,
so I mean, Apple TV and iOS and Mac, they have the YouTube app on there. They have the Amazon Prime Video app on there. So it's not. I mean, it's not like these competing companies don't allow content to be shown on their devices. Right. And Apple's just doing what everybody else is doing, just getting their content on other devices. No,
Frank, I'm not buying.
Yeah, TVs. I will say, I think they will come out with some kind of better gaming Apple TV kind of thing.
Maybe.
At some point.
That's like right now. That's like the only
with arcade
that you
with arcade and
on a regular
if you put like an
outside
M1
of the Apple TV app.
If you put like an M1 chip or M2 chip in there, I know it's like an iOS, and make it, they could come up with a whole new arcade OS or game OS system that with the performance that we're seeing on these Macs, if developers write fairly complicated like the 2077 game that just came out stuff, it could. I mean, it's obviously powerful enough to run a lot of things. So, I mean, there's no reason they can't come out with some really graphically processor intense games to run on this device.
Well, let me ask you guys something. Other than maybe the Nintendo Switch, I believe both the Xbox and the PlayStation are using x86 technology. So you're basically asking developers to develop for x86 on very popular platforms and then turn around and create a new version for something that's brand new and untested. And when you're talking about game development that takes years and millions of dollars, is it worth it for the big name developers to put in that kind of investment in time and money?
But Apple's going to do what they do. They're gonna show off this device. It's going to be like, easy to code for, super fast. Everybody's going to want it, just like they did with this M1 Max that you and I have. Basically, the developers are probably like, I don't know if I'm going to port my application to this new chip. And then the first week of reviews came out and said this thing is the best thing since the internet. And all these developers are rushing now to get their program on the new format. So,
well, but it's mostly existing developers that already have programs that work with the macOS. The difference is they're trying to port it from x86 over to M1, but the code base has already been created. The functionality for the application has already been created.
Right, but Apple has money. So for Apple, if it's going to be a problem to get these developers on board to write, Apple has money and they could get them to do it, And once you get a few good developers to start writing some of the good games for it, others will do it because it's another avenue to sell the game. I mean, if they could do it, they'll do it. Maybe.
But would Apple be willing to put in that kind of money on a platform that hasn't really made them much money yet?
If Apple pays them to do it, they will, or incentivize them to do it, they will.
Okay. Well, do you have anything else, Dave?
No, I think we're good.
Well, I think that is going to do it for tonight. Thank you all so very, very much for joining us today on the Mac to the Future Go livecast. And this was a wild rodeo of a show
Sure
tonight.
was.
We kind of went all over the place. Who would have known that these things would happen on this show?
Unbelievable.
Oh my God.
Look at
what
my
are they
head
going to
going
say
back and
next?
forth.
What are they going to say next?
It could be almost anything. Guy actually said a curse word. A curse word, mind
He did.
you.
I'm shocked.
Unbelievable. He said bullshit right here on this
I
show.
said it again.
I said it again. All right. So let's start with Dave. Dave, when Guy isn't saying bullshit on this show,
What?
There's lots of it.
And just ruining it for everybody, how would people get a hold of you to say you should tell Guy to stop saying those words?
Stop saying that, Guy. You can
sorry.
find me on my podcast, In Touch with iOS, at intouchwithios.com with my co-host, Warren Sklar. Mr. Chuck Joyner is going to be on our show tomorrow. And we'll be talking about all kinds of fun stuff.
Oh.
You find me on the Mac Show on the British Tech Network from time to time. And I'm also on Mac Voices Live on Facebook every Tuesday nights.
Forgot
Chuck.
about that last night.
Yeah, we had a great conversation about Mac hardware as a subscription. So I'll go back and watch it. And you also can find me you can also find me on Twitter at DaveG65.
All right. How about you, Warren?
Just like it says below my name, that works for me.
Oh, well, then I have to put that up there. Oh, damn it. I'm still in comments.
Damn it.
Oh,
Do it.
I know he's
Do
here. There it is.
You didn't put mine up.
So,
There.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's him.
Hold on. There we go. Right there. StreamYard. All right. If you would like to get a hold of me, all you have to do, it's so easy. First, you have to not lose your voice. Then you write an email to guy@mymac.com. You go over to the Twitters. The Twitters is Mac Parrot, and it's also Vert Shark. The YouTubes, if you subscribe to the Vert Shark playlist, there we go. I know I'd get it. If you subscribe to the Vert Shark playlist, you will see all of the audios and all of the videos. And then if you go on over to
audio.
yeah, screw the audio. If you go on over to vertshark.com, vertshark.com, you will see all the videos. You will hear all the audios. And of course, you can subscribe to Guy's Daily Drive, which will not only get you the madness that is Guy's Daily Drive, you will also get the audio version of the Mac to the Future live cast that we do here almost each and every week. I don't know about next week. I have to talk to you guys about that, whether we're going to do a show next week with it being Christmas. Maybe we'll take next week off. But there's like, that's like all the various ways. So there's the My Mac podcast. There's the Mac to the Future Go podcast. There's Guy's Daily Drive. There's the VertShark website. There's the email things that you can do. And it's all Mac. If you'd like to help. Wow. If you would like to help support the obvious need for me to seek psychiatric help, all you have to do is go on over to Patreon, patreon.com/MacParrot, Coffee, ko-fi/MacParrot, and you can pay a pal over at paypal.me /MacParrot. And I think that is going to do it for this evening. Wow. Real roller coaster of a show tonight. Thank you, Warren. Thank you, Dave, for joining me here tonight.
Thank you, Guy.
And putting up with me because it has been a very, very odd show tonight. So, and again, thanks to everyone who's joined us here live tonight and gave all those great comments. Thank you, Frank. We really, really do appreciate that you come. You come almost every single week and join us here with your great comments. And I'm so sorry that I missed the Mac Voices Tuesday night open mic.
Next
I've
week.
gotten to the point where I start thinking about it. It's like, yeah, because I love doing it. It's so much fun. That is like just such a fun show to do. So, and I'll give Chuck a free plug here. On Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. on the Mac Voices Facebook page.
Yep.
You can
He's actually doing it on YouTube as well. He's
doing it on YouTube too. Okay.
I just helped him set it up. We're using Restream now. So he's got them both places now.
So both on the Mac Voices YouTube channel.
I saw you guys playing around on Monday. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
That's why.
and the Mac Voices Facebook channel, you can catch the Tuesday night open mic night. And I try to get there. Dave tries to always be there. And it's just a great group of people. We don't always get along, but it's always a great conversation. And as a matter of fact, the weeks where people don't always get along, those are the best shows. Those are really the best shows.
I missed that one.
Oh, man. Oh, it was crazy. So that is going to do it for this week. Thank you all again so very, very much for joining us. And we will see you, every single one of you. I'm pointing at you right now. Next week, maybe. Well, maybe not. But at Wednesday nights, usually. So confusing. Right here on the Mac to the Future Go livecast. Good night, everyone.
Yowza.
Oh, I got to stop dancing now.
That's all you've been doing all night.
Oh man, boy, I don't know why I was so wound up tonight. What was up with that? Boy, there are just, and this happens on the My Mac show a lot too. Not so much on Guy's Daily Drive because it's just me, but on shows where I have other people, somebody will say something or some topic will come up. And then it's like, Katie, bar the door because Guy is going to town. And, especially when I talk about myself in the third person, that's the time to get really, really afraid because almost anything is likely to happen.
Maybe.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it. We got a bunch more. When
when you put my name up.
He's got one now, Frank. I set one up for him.
Yeah, he saw it when you put my name up.
What is this? Parrot NATO is on soon. What is Parrot NATO? I don't get that.
It's all the parrot sounds that Dave makes. That's parrot NATO, like a tornado of parrots.
Oh, I was not aware that was a thing.
It is now.
Yeah.
And Frank is waiting for his check. Keep waiting,
So-
Frank. It'll be there soon. Wink.
So you didn't get any snow. I got all the snow.
We got like a dusting, like less than an inch.
None
They
here.
were calling for like 1 to 3, and everything we got after that was like mostly sleet. And honestly, I think I'd rather have snow
How many inches did you
than
get?
sleet.
We got 5, and then it started to kind of sleet on top of it. I don't know what it's doing now, but it's still going, still doing something out there. So
Well, do you realize how much more you would have gotten if that hadn't been like such a fast moving storm? Because there was
There's
a
a lot of
crap ton of
moisture.
moisture
yeah,
in this system.
Bo-
But it
Boston
just
and New York got hit
came
hard.
through. It came through and it was like zoom, and it was gone. At least from this area.
it's gonna
So-
sleet and snow until at least 10 a.m. tomorrow. So it's still here
Yeah.
doing
Well,
something.
we've got. I think it's supposed to end here around 3 to 4 a.m., which would make sense.
Oh, look at that!
compared
We
to
have
where
a
you are.
30% chance of snow on Christmas Day, right now.
I'll have to. I don't
Be
even know.
Dreaming
if
of a
I
white
get here.
Christmas.
Hey, why not?
I have never had a white Christmas.
I think I did. Well, I don't know.
Even like the 3-4 years I was in Ohio, it didn't snow. There wasn't any snow on the ground on Christmas.
Mm.
And if you're going to get snow, it's either going to be like in a place like Chicago or Ohio.
We've lucked out, knock on wood.
Yeah, I haven't had. We didn't have any snow last year at all here in the Northeast, or at least in the tri-state area. It was crazy.
I wouldn't, I actually wouldn't mind a couple of big, heavy snowstorms this year.
No,
this
me
season.
neither.
It has
Nobody,
been a while.
Nobody's going anywhere, and it's
Yeah,
it's
so
hard to
why
do.
not? Psh. If all I have to do is, shovel the driveway. Okay.
I'm not even doing that.
Really, if you're not going anywhere, it's like, the snow
That's-
plows have come through and I've got about 6 feet of snow at the end of the driveway, but I just don't care.
Right. My wife's like,
Walmart delivers. Walmart delivers.
My wife's like, you got a shovel. I'm like, why? She's like, because we have to. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere.
Is she still going to Chicago for work, or is it all virtual right now?
It's all no. She hasn't gone at all. She's never gone. She
Don't forget we're live.
started. Yeah, she started.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. Stupid boy. We're going to end the broadcast, everyone. Thank you for reminding me, Dave. All right.
Bye.
Everyone, we're going to
Yeah.
go. Bye-bye.
Well, there was nothing you said that nobody could hear.